Hello and welcome to Carved in Stone. I'm your host, Shawn Chabam, and today I have a special guest with me, referee extraordinaire, Chip, aka Pinky. Chip, how are you today?
I am good. Well, I'll tell everyone my full name. My derby name is actually Pinky and the Brawn, and my derby number is 1138, an ode to the actual cartoon, which is great because in the opening sequence, the theory of everything made simple that the brain is solving, the answer is THX 1138.
There you go. Who didn't know that? I mean, come on.
I mean, the people apparently have. I've gotten a present based off they figured out that I was Pinky and the Brain from Logan's Run because apparently that dude, the main character, was named THX 1138, and that was like an inspiration for George Lucas and Steven Spielberg.
Steven Spielberg, executive producer of my favorite film, Back to the Future.
Oh yes, it is a great movie.
So why don't you just tell everybody what you referee, how you got into refereeing, just a quick background on your on how you became an official.
So back in high school, I was really enthralled and even younger with like officiating, and basketball just happened to be a sport. It was very easy for me to get into and stuff because I even ask questions of the referees and figure out the rules to try and annoy other players out there and intentionally break the rules on a very subtle scale that no one would notice until the players got mad. Like, I remember in eighth grade, I would annoy everybody on the other team by lining up in the wrong spot for a free throw intentionally wrong. So, like, your team A has this spot, team B has this spot. I would line up in team A's spot intentionally just to screw them. And sometimes no one caught it, and I get so many rebounds.
That's fantastic.
And then, so when I got to high school, I remember specifically it was a basketball game, and the one referee for the team was complaining while I was working the book saying, "Man, I don't think I want to be here tonight." I'm like, "All right, well, you know what? I'll do it. You can just keep the check and just give me your whistle." He shut up real quick because I was serious. And then when I turned 19, I got up the gumption to apply to be a PWA official for basketball. And I did that for 5 years when I was out in college, which is when I got to meet you and I got to hang out with all the people you ran around with.
Good
Because
people.
yes, they are great people. And
There.
boy, did they sometimes disagree with me on the court because they all played intramural basketball that I refed. And then I'd hang out with them later and be like, "Hey, this is why." And they're like, "Seems legit, but you're still wrong." I'm like, "Yeah, that's your opinion."
So that was actually one of the things I wanted to ask you about was I know that you often officiate with people who you are friends with or acquaintances with. How hard is that to separate, a friendship on the court or the derby track um, away from your officiating?
Sometimes harder than others. I kind of knew what I was getting into when I was refereeing, like all the guys from up in Gross Hall there. So, and I got to know them, and it kind of knew that I was going to get a little bit of flack from them, but also mostly when I screwed up. But like, if you talk to them, you can calm down and keep everything going. So there were times it got a little hard, but then if they ramped themselves up, it was very easy to separate and just start backing them down and doing what you need to do to get the game under control. For me, I've always at least had a separation. I didn't have to worry about if I knew the skaters on the track or people participating, I could separate it mostly. Although my third game ever as a PWA official, I was in college and I was helping my alma mater for I was a glorified ankle taper because they didn't have anyone at the high school, and I taped ankles for their football game. And lo and behold, I had that school at that game at a away site that they didn't like. That schools didn't like each other, and I'm like, oh, I didn't know this was coming. So I was like, yeah, that got a little rough, but it's not like I talked to the players. I tried to do my best, but I guess I got in my own head with it.
You mentioned making bad calls, and it happens. So, have you ever made a call and then and then immediately kind of said, "Oh, why did I blow the whistle? What was I thinking?"
That's happened so many times in basketball. Derby, it's happened too. I'll admit it. There's times where you you make a call and you're like, "Oh man, I did that. Now I better justify this to hell." Like, so when you in roller derby, when you fall, if you fall small, it's like get all your arms and legs in when you fall, and then you accidentally trip somebody, it's not a penalty. So I was officiating the one time, and someone tried to fall small, and it looked like their foot was still out a little bit, and but it was on the side that I was on, and another skater kind of hit that and tripped. So I called a penalty, but the head ref's like, "No, man, that's wrong," and he called them back on the track, and I'm just like, "All right, that's fine, no problem." It was probably dubious anyway, so it happens. So after the game, he's like, "Yeah, that wasn't really a good call. Why'd you do that?" And I'm like, "Well, her foot was out, man." And he's like, "What?" Like her foot was just a little bit out, and that's what this person actually hit, not her body. And he's like, "Oh my God, you should have said that." And I'm just like, I sold that pretty well.
So let's talk derby. I'm not completely familiar with it, but I jotted down some rules. Tell me what I if I got anything wrong. 5 skaters per team on the track, one jammer who is the point scorer and wears a star helmet or a
Yes,
star
helmet
cover on
cover.
the helmet.
Yes, star
Okay.
cover on the helmet.
4 blockers on both defense and offense. Or I
Yes.
guess they're a hybrid.
Yeah, so like
They
the
go up
way
to
you envision it is there's 5 people on the track from each team, 4 blockers, one of the jammer. One of the blockers is called a pivot, and they wear a striped helmet cover. It's literally a stripe down the middle of their cover, and it gives them 2 special abilities, but we can get into that a little bit later. And then the blockers, depending on where the jammer is or what the philosophy of the team is, are either on offense or defense. So like the primary responsibility is to stop the other team's jammer from scoring points. So they're trying to hold them up while their jammer goes through the other blockers. And then other times where like if your jammer is coming through and the other jammer is like halfway around the track, they'll try and open up the holes, much like the Eagles' offensive line tries for Barkley.
All right. So furthermore, they're played in short rounds called jams, and they're a
Yes.
2-minute maximum.
Yes. So
Wanna-
the jammer who exits the pack first, they pass all blockers upright, legally inbounds, and in play. The first one out becomes lead jammer. And the lead jammer can end the jam at any point by touching her hips. It signals it, the jam stops, everyone resets, and you start a new jam. If the jammers don't call it off, or they get a penalty, or they get a penalty after they get lead, or commit a penalty before they get lead, the jam would go the full 2 minutes because there's only one lead jammer. You can't swap. Person gets it, it's theirs. If they lose it, it's gone. It goes 2 minutes.
Jammers score by lapping members of the opposing team. The referees are on skates and they're also non-skating officials, correct?
Yeah. So a whole crew for a roller derby match is 7 on skates officials, 4 officials on the inside, 3 on the outside of the track, and 9 to 11 non-skating officials. And the non-skating
Oh my.
officials are yes, it's a big job. I staffed for my league for a long time, so you have to make a lot of connections and know a lot of people. But you have the big one that everyone sees is the person who stops and starts jams. They're called the jam timer as a non-skating official. And then you have people who track lineup, people who track penalties. You have people who do the score and the scoreboard, much like a basketball table. And then you have people in the penalty box, like ice hockey, that time the penalties when people commit them. So there's intricacies with all of the penalties, or all of the jobs and all the responsibilities. But the 4 inside on skates officials, 2 of them are there to specifically count points and relay those points to the scorekeepers and the scoreboard. And then the other 2 on the inside are responsible for creating a and maintaining a pack and calling where the pack is, which pack is all upright blockers and they have to be within 10 feet of one another. It's one of the basis rules of roller derby that you can hit people. If there's no pack, teams have to come back to the pack. And then on the outside, those people are responsible for getting penalties, seeing stuff on the outside, all that stuff, and then help assisting the inside people.
Are there differences between the men's rules and the women's rules, or do they follow the same format? Because I know in a lot of sports, there are a lot of differences. Like for instance, in boxing, I think women's rounds are 2 minutes as opposed to three for men, and I don't think that they go 12 either. I think they usually go 8 or 10.
There's a few rule sets out there, but the WFTDA is the governing body for the on the women's side. They create the rule sets, and then the MRDA, which is the Men's Roller Derby Association, they follow the one set of rules. So it's a very standardized set of rules between men's and women's. There's no differences in the rules. Now, policies that the leagues create for roster construction and all that stuff, that can vary, but the actual rules of the game are the same between men and women.
Were you a fan of roller derby before you started officiating, or did you play at all?
So, when I was growing up, my family was involved in a fingers tournament, which is an Italian game. It was a fundraiser for a children's charity, and the one guy on our team, his girlfriend actually played roller derby in Allentown, and she told me about it, and I'm like, okay, and I kind of looked it up a little bit, but I never went to a practice because of my job. Like my old job as an athletic trainer at that school was you were there and you don't take sick days. You're there at your school. You don't do anything silly. So I kind of let it go. And then when I was just lifting at the YMCA out in Brookville, I saw a flyer and I was like, oh, roller derby. Oh, I can make this work my schedule now that I have a different job. And I tried to email, didn't work. And then when I was playing ultimate frisbee for the Y, I bumped into the guy who was the head coach for the roller derby team, and I'm like, "Hey, I tried to email, but no one got back to me, so I think I'd like to try and ref." And that's how I got into it because I saw a flyer at the YMCA.
Oh, awesome. So I've heard, um, and this might be more for, the NHL, MLB, NFL, and everything, but that you have to undergo some testing, like I guess personality tests, almost like a a psychiatric test almost to make sure that you can be unbiased. Did you have to go through anything like that when you were becoming a referee for roller derby or any other sport?
No,
No.
man, no, no. No, that didn't happen. Roller derby, I kind of started showing up, and they kind of nice, like, yeah, I want to ref, and saw like they saw my listened to me, saw my personality, all that stuff. I didn't have any problems with that. For PIAA, realistically, you have to pass the test and join a chapter and then get your clearances. Don't forget your clearances. But there is no psychological of anything for any officiating I've ever been a part of. Like you get to the high level stuff, I get it, but here,
Right.
no. Um,
Yeah, and it
a
doesn't
lot of
always work there. I mean, we have all of these all of these gambling scandals, so
oh
it's
my
not
god,
necessarily a it's not necessarily a foolproof test anyway.
I know there's so many differences though. Like when you get into roller derby, a lot initially. When I say initially, I'm talking like early days after 2006. A lot of the referees were partners to the skaters because there was no men's roller derby. It was just women. So for men to be involved, they kind of had to officiate, kind of deal. And then a lot of the theater people kind of got into roller derby. So there's not necessarily a big sports background when you get into roller derby. Like a lot of people are coming from other stuff, some sports, mostly other stuff though. So when you talk about referees, they're coming from that same type of background, punk rockers, like all that stuff. So the actual mechanics have developed over time because they've never worked any other sport. It's just like, oh, I referee roller derby and that's it. There's not a ton of people who are doing any other sport and then into roller derby. It's a lot of, oh yeah, I just learned to ref roller derby.
So, are you primarily a skating official, or are you one of the 9 to 11 that you mentioned that are that are nine skating? I had no idea it was that many.
Um, I was certified in both actually. So I started on skates and I did a lot on skates. And then in the last 2 or 3 years, I started getting off the skates and started doing more non-skating stuff, even though I went back and forth a lot. We I also was having, I don't want to say I just didn't want to pay for skater insurance because everyone has to buy skater insurance when you're on skates. And I was having trouble making it to practices because my league was an hour away from where I live. So it was like kind of just became a natural transition into the off skates that I saved myself some money, and though I didn't have to spend a half hour gearing up and then another half hour gearing down after a game, and I was way less sweaty afterwards. That my girlfriend appreciated that. But I think I technically still hold the certification of on skates and off skates, and I was actually certified as tournament oversight. So I have 3 different ref certifications in roller derby that I could have. And one of the programs that I'm proud of that we started is a bunch of leagues in our area, the State College team, the Pottsville team, the Harrisburg team, and the team that was outside of Williamsport. A lot of the officials would travel to each league and help each other out. So we created a program called the 161 that if you officiated at 3 different leagues within a calendar year, you got a patch and a little rocker that said the year. And we had on skates, off skates, and there was a special patch if you did 3 matches on skates and 3 matches off skates in all of the leagues. And the first year that we started this program, I got the ref and NSO patch. And then the other years, I've just gotten the NSO patch. So I definitely did both. And the reason why it's called the 161 is because Interstate 80 and 81 in Pennsylvania pretty much connect all the leagues.
What's the hardest call to make?
High block. You're not allowed to hit anyone's head. You can't use your head, can't be hitting the head. High blocks happen so fast that sometimes you just miss them, or like someone's coming down from the outside of the track to the inside of the track, and as you see them go flying past the skater, sometimes it can make contact with somebody's head, and because of the speed of it, sometimes you miss it, and you feel bad when you see someone's face turn that you don't know why. Even if you're staring at it, it's still a problem. Like, and then they put a rule in about partway through my on skates where like if you fake the penalty, you're supposed to get a penalty. So like essentially flopping in soccer.
Mhm.
But the I can never forget this. Like the one skater was jamming and she got hit, and I saw her head go, and I was pretty sure I saw a shoulder come against it. And I'm like, okay, we're gonna call a high block, and the skater went off, and I was happy that I saw it. And then 2 seconds later, she takes another hit where I know she didn't get anywhere near the face. The next thing I know is I see her hands cover her nose, and I'm like, nah. I had to send the jammer off for embellishment. I'm like, come on. Like, I know there's gamesmanship out there, but seriously. And then there was another woman at a different time. She was like, I called a high block. She got hit in the head. I called it. And then she goes to the bench screaming, I got punched in the effing face 3 times. And I'm like, no, you didn't. I called it once.
So how physical do things get out there? Do you ever have to break up fights? Does that ever happen where things just get completely out of control and people start throwing fists?
I've never been in a fight in my derby matches. I have seen skaters face to face ready to go that we got the situation down and under control in a few seconds by calling some penalties and breaking them up. I was at the Williamsport League, and it was a match, and the skaters were hitting each other, and they were getting mad at each other. And at the end of the jam, they got a little face to face, and they were calling each other names, not in a good way that I'm going to repeat here. And I just remember we called some penalties because of what they said, got the one off, and the other one went to the bench, and they cooled off for a jam. It was still a little tense, but that was as close to a fight as I ever got. Although the one men's roller derby championship, I was watching it on their feed, and the one guy was doing some bad things during the game. Like I think he actually kneed an opposing skater in his groin. And at the end of the game, there was an actual fight. They came flying off the bench and went after the team that won. And a couple non-skating officials were actually injured in the melee.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they shut the feed down pretty quick, and they suspended a lot of people from that one team. The men's association did, and I'm sure there's been other fights at other places, but like, luckily, we've had enough wherewithal to just call like official timeouts, get teams settled down when we see it ramping up just a little bit. But like, we've never had physical fights, luckily. Although this is an interesting story. I happen to be dating a woman in roller derby, and she was on not the team that was affiliated with, and they came up to play us. And the team that I was affiliated with was not having a good game. They were losing, things weren't going right. I called a penalty on the one skater because it was a legit penalty, and she yelled at me, "Why don't you call some penalties on your girlfriend?" And then she was immediately hit with another penalty. And then after she was hit with that penalty, she told the other official, because I was about to call the penalty, he just beat me to it. She told him to go F himself out loud with full words. So she got another penalty. And then when she was on the way to the penalty box, the jam was ending. And we're sitting there talking. We're like, yeah, we're going to kick her out now. And then we got, oh, she's not actually at the penalty box. She quit the game. So we added another penalty. So the person, her substitute, had to sit for 4 penalties, which was 2 minutes. So like, she sat in the box for like 3 or 4 jams because they weren't very long jams. But I'm like, holy crap, what the hell just happened here? That was kind of pretty close to she was ready to fight somebody.
Was that the most chaotic game you've worked?
Yes, that pretty much was up there. It was just tempers were hot, and it was like, yeah, tempers were hot, and it got a little chaos, and she got it, and then there were some other hotheads on that team who were going at things, but they maintained themselves under control. They may have been yelling at each other on the bench, but at least they were yelling at each other on the bench, not the opposing team. The opposing team was like, what's their problem?
Is there a lot of trash talk that goes on?
Sometimes, just like any other sport, depends on the player. In independent roller derby, there can be some trash talking, but most times it's, you go out, you have fun, you play hard, and then afterwards you're hugging and having a beer with the person. Higher level roller derby, I think there's less trash talking because everyone's focused on the actual championship that is available. But again, there was one skater who just wouldn't shut up. She was from New Jersey, and I had her a couple times in different matches, and there was always points of, oh, I did this, I didn't do that, I don't know why you did that. All like, just constantly whenever you're around her. Like, the ideal was at one point you can score 5 laps in a pass. Like, it was called jammer lap point. They got rid of that rule, but at that point it still existed. So as the jammer come up, I was counting points. She got the jammer lap point past 3 blockers, and then she got hit out by that skater, and when she was falling down out of bounds, she called the jam. So I ended it, and I put up 4 points because she got 4 points, but not counting that one. If she would have got her, she would have had 5. So she looks at me and she's like, I protected my point. I hit her out of bounds. She didn't pass me. I don't know why you're giving them 4 points. And I'm looking like, she passed the other jammer. What do you want? You're right. You're right. You're absolutely right. But she got the jammer, not the other person. So she was like, yip, 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 and then skated away. I'm just like, think what you want, but I got that right.
You mentioned the higher leagues. Is there a professional roller derby league?
No, it's not professional, but there is, like, when you get to the WFTDA championships, you're the best teams in the world. Like, there's a team in Australia that's always there. Texas is always there. The team from New York City's usually there. So like, when you get to the high level stuff, it's not professional, but like, sometimes those skaters can maybe make a living off derby. It's very rare, but like, some skaters are well enough known that they could at least travel around to new clinics and supplement some income based, like, through roller derby stuff. Not that they're getting paid to play, but just help their own cause by being like, oh, I'm on this great team and I'm the best jammer on this team. And now I'm going to come to your league for $200 to teach you stuff.
So speaking of higher levels, we just finished up the Olympics. The Paralympics are ongoing. Do you think that roller derby could work as an Olympic sport?
They've tried. They have really
Have
tried
they?
to get it
Okay.
into Summer Olympics. There is now again, this is all public knowledge, and there were posts about it, and I haven't seen anything about it recently. But apparently, the leaders of the governing body met with the FIS, the Federation of International Skating, and they gave the blessing to another organization, another roller derby organization in the United States for their rule set, not the one that I was involved with. And apparently they went to Rome to meet, and the governing body of skating said, well, we don't like the way your organization's set up, so we don't think that you could get to the Olympics, so we're just not going to even try.
Huh,
Now,
that's interesting.
yeah, now that I will say the governing body of roller derby was set up as a almost pure democracy. So like when league rule changes happen, league policies happen, all that kind of stuff, it goes out to vote to all the member leagues. And the member leagues vote on it, and then it becomes a rule. So like if they wanted to change the time of the jams from 2 minutes to say 1:45, they would probably beta test it, and then they would put it out to the league saying, do you approve this rule change? And if they didn't get majority, it wouldn't change. So change in roller derby sometimes happens slow because you got to get over 300 or 400 leagues to vote on something, and that obviously just takes time. FIS apparently was looking for, we want an organization that can just change rules, blah, 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 to our whim. And roller derby was like, we're not doing that. And they're like, well, okay, see ya. Can it work? Yes. I think it can be a sport that can go. I mean, you could use a lot of different venues for that with a sport court or a wood floor. And I think it would show up decently on TV once you got the hang of the sport. But I think until FIS makes some changes on how they perceive things, because you're dealing with a lot of old Italian men, take it or leave it. And if they don't want to do something, they just ain't doing it.
Why do you think roller derby doesn't get the mainstream attention that other sports do?
There's a couple things about that when I was in roller derby, and I'll sprinkle my opinion in with this. Part of it was when you look at the rules and what you found, you're kind of looking at it as like, well, what does that actually mean? So, like, until if there was a way you can kind of clean that up a little bit to make it a little more straightforward, that would probably help get a little more public interest of it. A lot of it, you're probably fighting some stereotypes of the 1970s and early 80s staged bank track roller derby stuff that was on TV every Saturday morning that everybody saw. Because
I
you tell
remember that.
somebody, yep, because you say, hey, I'm involved with roller derby. Oh, like I used to watch on Saturday morning in the 80s? And I'm like, no, we're not staged. It is a legit sport. But again, those connotations of that people have from like the Bay Area Flyers or the LA team, like all of those stuff in the past, like that a lot of people like hang on to that, and it gets a little hard to get away from. Oh, so it's staged? No, no, it is not.
Yeah. Okay. So I could not have named any of those teams, but I do remember watching that because I was a wrestling fan, and that would come on after wrestling some days, some Saturdays, and I would watch. I know I didn't never really got like completely into it, but I would watch. So yeah, I remember those staged matches.
Oh
So
my
that's
god.
interesting that it's been a couple decades and there's the sport's still kind of suffering from that.
Suffering is the wrong word, but like you have to overcome it. Kind
Mhm.
of, you have to just overcome that a little bit. And like again, a lot of roller derby is do it yourself, which is great. A lot of teams are doing whatever they need to do themselves to get whatever publicity they have. And it's not like anyone's coming in to say, oh, well, like even the local service cable company around here, they'll broadcast high school sports. even if you would say to them, hey, we got this sporting event that you can broadcast in your off summer hours, it's like, I don't think we want to spend the money on that. So, like, if you're going to put stuff out there, the leagues have to invest in all the infrastructure to be able to broadcast on YouTube, cameras, and now like volunteers, the bandwidth. Because if you don't have a bandwidth at your venue, you got to be able to get your own hotspot in, for lack of a better term, to be able to do some of this stuff. So, like, there's enough of an infrastructure hurdle as well that if your league is just getting by between rink fees and everything else you have to get for roller derby, you're not going to invest another, say, $2,000 in decent cameras, your mixing equipment, the monitors, the hotspot stuff to be able to try and broadcast when you're just trying to get like 50 people through the door.
Right.
So, like the ESPN3 used to broadcast the national final for the WFTDA championships. And again, a lot of the skaters would jump on it if they had access to ESPN3, but not everyone had access to ESPN3. So it's hard. And then people see roller derby and you see the skaters come out and you're like, okay, this isn't quite what I remember. And then maybe some people will flick it off, but other people who actually like the sport will stay and watch. And every so often, roller derby will show up on the Ocho. Like ESPN brings back the Ocho on like a Sunday morning. They'll show you all these weird sports, and roller derby shows up on that every so often. But it's like their old tape stuff, their old stock. It's not like Omega Ball or the Ultimate Frisbee League that they started or whatever that you see on Sundays.
Is roller derby safer than it looks?
Yes, you have to go through. Most skaters will go through a couple weeks of training to learn the basics, which is a lot of how to fall, how to be able to skate safely while taking hits. And when I say hits, women's derby seems to be a lot of like hip checks, and men's derby there was a lot more hits with shoulders. But either way, it's very comparable to what they have at like ice hockey hitting. So, like, you go through 8 to 12 weeks of learning how to do all that. So then when you go out there, you still might be new and have baby deer legs, but you can at least stay up and not fall. And then if leagues have skaters who aren't quite up to snuff skating wise, they usually hold them back from interleague games so that it keeps it a safer environment. Now, granted, you're dealing with skates, so at the one tournament we were at a couple years ago, a woman broke her ankle and it was a tib fib fracture, and her foot was not facing the correct direction that we had to deal with. So you follow your emergency action plans and people get hurt. Like, we've had ACL tears, we've had fractures in knees, we've had people get shoulder surgeries. And when I say shoulder surgeries, more like labrum tears in your shoulder from like the shoulder dropping as they constantly would hit with it or be hit on it, and the just that constant rubbing would eventually like tear a labrum. And then you get like wrist fractures or anything else like that. So it's just like any other sport. Like, things can happen, but you're doing what you can to make it as safe as possible. Like, think about all those little drills that the little kid skates got to pass before they put them out there in a game. Derby's
Right.
kind of the same way, just different skills.
Now, if somebody wanted to get involved with roller derby, whether they were officiating or playing, what steps would you suggest they take?
First, go onto Facebook and find your local derby league, because they're usually a couple times a year, they're usually recruiting for new skaters. And if you do want to ref or officiate in some capacity and you find a league that's in your area and you want to do it, if you reach out to the league, they'll generally take officiating volunteers any time of the year. And then you just learn from other people on how to do it until they put you with the game, and then work your way up the chain to get to different games. So that's it. Reach out and find a league on Facebook that's close to you, and I'm sure they will accept the help, because most leagues love officiating help, especially in-house stuff.
I wanted to get your Mount Rushmore of roller derby names. I know that might be putting you on the spot, so if you want a minute to think about it, go ahead. Well, I'll tell you, I looked up a few, and one of the best ones was jalapeno business. I thought that was hilarious. One that I actually went to a roller derby match of the Philly roller girls. This is probably a good 15 to 20 years ago, but I absolutely thought it was hilarious. This girl's derby name was R2D Cup. And
There's
I
R2
just
Deku. I've seen that name in the past. I've seen a couple Chewbacca ones. Pre-COVID, there was a skater whose number, you used to be allowed to have numbers and letters in your stuff. The skater's name was Vicious Virus, and her number was H1N1. I thought that was a great play.
that's fantastic.
She was a nurse. Surprise, surprise, right?
Yeah,
There was a skater. Her name was Misprint. She worked at a newspaper.
that's a good one.
And then there's a couple other ones like there's a bunch. There was some like the lawyer. Some people who happen to be lawyers who played roller derby. It was like justice, like they had a lot of justice stuff in their names. Um, Again, there was a I don't want to say there was a lot of Pinky and Rocky stuff. Like there was a Pinky Balboa skater out there
That's
for a
great.
while. Pinky Donchadero, from like Greece, like the Greece thing, and uh, man, there's like it seems like a lot of good names are puns of what you do in real life. Like there was an
Mhm.
actual college professor, and his roller derby name was Professor Murder. So he may have
Oh,
been
he's just
working
setting
that game
himself
in
up.
Philly.
He's just setting
I
himself up if he ever gets accused for anything.
Oh my god, he probably was like he was actually with Philly roller derby back in that day. So you may have seen him ref, and you may not have known it because he was a
Yeah, that
big time guy back then. He actually
speaking
does
of
professional wrestling now.
no kidding. For
Yeah.
the WWE
No, no,
or
he's like an
T
independent guy in the Philly area, but like
okay.
I just remember I was at a tournament with him and he was saying about how he was training to be a professional wrestler.
That's fantastic. So you never know what doorways it'll open up.
No, no, you will not.
You mentioned people doing things that are naming their derby name reflecting what they do in real life. Another good one that I saw was Chef's Executioner.
Yeah, you wonder what they do in their real life.
Right, yeah, I wonder.
I've known
Andy
some tax
Warhol was another good
professionals.
one.
Yeah, there was some tax professionals that had a number of 1040.
That yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, that was their like yeah, 1040, and then they put the little EZ on the bottom. So there was a skater. She played for Team Kansas when I was at this. It was called Battle of the Estate All Stars, and obviously I'm Pinky and the Brawn, and the skater's name was Anna Maniac, and for the 2 days of the tournament, I tried to get a picture with her just because of my name, and then I found the Kansas team at a restaurant. I was eating with another ref, and I'm like, "Hey, is this person here?" They're like, "No, no, she's not." I'm like, "Oh, I want to get a picture with her, and I'll tell you why." And I showed her the back of my hood, which said Pinky and the Brawn, and they're like, "Oh man, that's adorable." And then I really thought I had a game that she was in, so I knew an announcer fairly well. His name was Champ Unkind, and I told him like, "Hey, Pinky and the Brawn and Animaniac are going to be on the track at the same time. Tell your announcers."
What rule changes would you like to see in roller derby?
There's one rule change I think that would be super fun for roller derby. Again, this will never happen, but it'd be super fun. There'd be one big change and then like a few little rule changes that would have to go with it though. So to start the jam, you have the jammers line up behind the jammer line that's painted on the track, and then there's another line that's called the pivot line that all the blockers have to line up in between. So they got to be in between those lines without touching. What I'd love to do is to switch those lines. So like they physically stay where they are on the track, but the jammer line is now in the front and the pivot line is now in the back, at the back of the straightaway. And the corresponding rule change would be that all blockers have to line up within 10 feet of the pivot line that's now at the back of the straightaway. Because the first thing that would happen is if you move the lines, all the blockers would line up in front of that new line and it would have the same setup as what they're currently doing. But if you change that rule that says they have to be within 10 feet of that new pivot line, now the jammers have almost a whole lap to build up speed before they get to the pack. Now, as part of that rule change, and I think this could add intrigue and drama, is there used to be a rule back in the day that if the jammer was hit out of bounds before they entered the pack, they were not eligible to become lead. I would absolutely put that rule back in. That if the jammer's going and speeding around the track to get to the rest of the players, if the other jammer can hit one jammer out of bounds, they now can't get lead. And I think that would add a layer of intrigue to roller derby to open the jam with a little bit of action and speed to let them get to where they need to go and have a little bit of action at the beginning, not just like the jammers lining up right behind the blockers and going right into bodies from a stop. Now you got a little bit of acceleration going on from coming around the corners to get to these blockers.
Chip, thank you so much for being here today and for everything you do officiating. It's a job that I would not want to do. So I am grateful that other people do that and take the abuse and beatings that you guys do.
Oh my God. I luckily have not been in that situation. And I'd like to say you're welcome for being here. And it was a great talk. Always have fun doing stuff like this. So
thank you so much. And I will see you next time. Go Birds.
Go Birds.